Hey everybody, Canje is back with, I'm back, I need to stop saying that, I'm back with another playthrough. This time beginning where it all started for me, which is Unbroken. Um, I, this was, this was the first game I streamed I say way back when, it's like 3 months ago, but this was the first game I streamed, and I wanted to give it another shot again. I won, but I found that through some updates from Ultimate Games and some viewers that they were like, hey, you could have done this instead, or you weren't supposed to be able to do this. So I decided to run through Unbroken again to go through with the rules the proper way, and I do air quotes because I'm sure I'm going to mess something up here. So let's go ahead and get started. I hope everybody's having a great Gen Con, and let's get some stuff up and then we'll get into it. So Unbroken here on BGG, it got about a 5.7. It's a solo player game, one player. Yay, I'm all about games that can be played solo right now. And it's made by Artem Safarov, and Ultimate Games, and published by Golden Bell. So this game it's fun. I think it's fun. I got the print and play. I know there's been a lot of stuff going on with people saying that they didn't get their, they still haven't gotten their copy yet. And I'm so sorry that happened. I just did the print and play for $5. Got some paper, printed it out, and I've got it ready to play at the table. So for those who are thinking of getting it, print play is the way to go if you feel that the stuff that's going on with Golden Bell sounds shaky, but the print play will get to you immediately, so that works. And Ultimate Games is always doing like this update, so I'll always get emails saying, hey, we've updated this, we've updated that, so you can get it, you can get that information as well. So it's really great. Let's get down to the table, check stuff out, set up, and play. All right, so as you can see, small footprint. This is not a massive game. I even got my own die. Usually you get a die with like some claw marks on it, but it's a D6 at the end of the day. So story of this is you and your party of D&D adventurers decided that you were equipped and ready to go handle and do a dungeon run. You went into the dungeon and were curb stomped by all the monsters that were in there. They killed your entire party. They wounded you and figured, yeah, you're dead, so they're going to leave you there. And took all your stuff, took all your party stuff, and left you just bloodied, beaten, and unbroken. So you get up, see your party members completely slaughtered and half-eaten, and then you just kind of get yourself ready, and it's time for some revenge. And that's what this game is about. It's a game of vengeance. So you want to take them out. Now, you got a certain amount of things that go on that happen here, right? This is the encounter deck. This is what's going to happen this is how we're going to move through the dungeon and deal with items. There are bosses that we have to fight per level. There are 4 levels of monsters, and rolling the die will determine which boss we will fight in each level, and once we beat the 4th level, we win the game. Sounds easy, right? It's not, because we have things that count against us. We have a time track. So basically we have 7 time to fight the monster, to get to the monster and fight it. So this is one of the things that I was corrected on by Ultimate Games was if you can get to the monster before the 0, the ambush effect doesn't happen. However, if the time tracker ever hits 0, that monster's ambush effect, and we'll take a look at that, will happen, and it will fight you. So you have to fight the monster. Over here is the monster's health on the monster tracker. If it has a shield, this is how much shields it has to go to. You have to knock down all the shields before you can start knocking down the health if it has any shields. These are your resources that you have. So you have effort. You have light effort, medium effort, and heavy effort. What I was doing before was I was back converting because it makes sense to do that, but the correction from Ultimate Games was that you can't. If you spend, then I'll hold this up to the camera so you can see here. Here's a guide of kind of updating items that are on here. You could spend 4 small effort to get a medium effort. or 2 medium effort to get a heavy effort, or 4 small effort to get a cunning, or you can craft, or you can spend 1 small effort, reveal 2. These symbols are hard. This looks like encounter cards during exploration. So one, and I know how that works. So that's kind of like the travel action. Or you can scout ahead to see who the monster is going to be to reveal it, and those change per. So I don't know which monster I'm going to pick. Right. So there's level 1s that are here, and as you can see, my crudely cut playable cards that you get, but they are massive. They are tarot size. Those are level 1s. There's 6 level 2s, 6 level 3s, and 6 level 4s. Hence the D6, right? Makes sense? So what we're going to do is we're going to shuffle these up, and then we're going to lay them out. I'm going to roll that D6 to see which monster I'm going to face. You can roll a D6. You can just pull randomly, however you want to do it. It's completely up to you. So, and I'll leave it upside down because we haven't revealed the monster. So from the top, this is 1, right? So I'll roll my die. So 2. So 1, 2. That's the monster I'm going to fight. And I don't reveal it because according to this, I have to on level 1, I have to spend 1 effort and 1 time to reveal who that monster is, so I can start prepping for him or her, whoever that's going to be. Now, here's the trick. Every level, you have to eat food after you beat the monster, or else you start getting weaker and weaker and weaker until you die, right? If I can't eat food, let's say, so food, which is an item that we have here, we have to be able to find it. If I can't eat food, I lose. When I'm fighting the monster, the boss, if I don't have enough effort to fight him, I lose. If he kills me, I lose. There's so many different ways to lose and one way to win. And Ultimate Games actually put up on their website. They have a print and play demo that has like this weird flow chart on how the game works, and you look at it, you're like, but it's actually pretty good because they have this quick start guide that helps you set things up, and it's super tiny. And I gotta say, from my review of this has been the reason why I got a lot of stuff wrong, because there's symbols everywhere, and the breakdown seems kind of confusing. And even on the other side, they're just like, okay, well, if you don't want to read that, you go ahead and read this, and this is kind of like your flow chart and how you move through different things, the travel phase, the combat phase, all those different items. These are good, and you can run through these items as well. However, I have found that PowerPoint slide is actually better. And I'm able to follow it better because I don't have any questions when I look at that. When I look at here, I get a little, there's some items on here that kind of throw me a little. Even though it seems simple enough, there are things on there that just don't quite cover what the simple demo PowerPoint basic slide shows. So what we start off with is we start off with our bare hands, which is this. So that means that if we spend a major effort, we can break 1 shield. A 2 small effort, we can do 1 damage, and 3 medium effort, we could do 2 medium effort, we could do 3 damage. When we get items that we find by going through different encounters, we can upgrade our fist to either a knife or a club by spending these necessary things to do it. And then when we upgrade, we get to, there's some items here that you can get, like a spear, a sword, a maul, an axe, a club, and a knife. And so as you upgrade, your weapons get better, and then you're able to hit harder on bosses. And truly, that's what you end up doing, right? The encounter deck itself is just options to do. It's not anything else but options. There are things that help you find items, build up, trade things that you encounter in the dungeons. Everything is prepping you for this boss fight. It sounds like a lot. I promise you, it is not. This game is built to go down to the table quick, get it working, and get it done. So I've set up everything as you can see here. When you start off, there's a little slash there that tells you get 7 time to start. The effort tracker that you have, once again, I was looking at this quick setup, and it's right here that says on the effort tracker, place blue tokens. I have black instead of blue because I printed it on 13 small effort resource to be able to begin. You can, I'm doing this on normal difficulty. If you do it on easy difficulty, you pull 2 skills. Those are things that help you. And then you can pick one of those 2 skills and start with that. That's easy level. Hard level is the monster always attacks first. So that's bad, and I don't want that to happen. So I'm playing normal level where I get to attack first. So what we're gonna do, and these things are, like I said, I printed them on the weakest cardstock that you can find. So I'm just gonna shuffle these up, and then we can go ahead and get started and pick our character. So the game, like I said, the game is quick. I think it's a good game. I think it's fun. I enjoy playing it. If I enjoy playing this probably the same amount as I enjoy playing role player. That's how much fun I think it is. There's a lot of strategy that has to go in here because you have to deal with a lot of you have to deal with a lot of mitigation of things. You have to deal with you have to deal with time. You have to deal with effort. You always have to find food because if you don't find food, you lose effort. And if you run out of effort, you basically, so think of it as you're grievously wounded and you're going after the monsters that killed your friends. So it's either you're going to be able to make it out, or you will succumb to your wounds and die. That's essentially what it is. The monster just kind of exhausts you down to death. That one. And there is a lot here, right? For people who are going to buy this game and print it out, playing cardstock, I recommend it. Especially like a nice matte finish, because the artwork is nice. It's a little dark, but you can lighten that up. I mean, that's not a hard thing to do for people with Photoshop skills. But other than that, they're nice. I like the cards that are there. They look really good. And there is a lot here to unpack. Encounter cards are crazy. All right, so we've got the encounter cards going. We've got them there. We picked our monster. Now to pick our unlucky adventurer. So your party of 4, right? This is your party of 4. One of you is still alive. The rest are dead. There is the huntress or the hunter, either side, because they did male female, which I thought was really cool. So Huckdorf or Kurla El Care. And both of them have the same exact ability. It's just either it's a girl or a guy. And her ability says, and these are the abilities you can spend. So on floor 1, I can use it once. Floor 2, I can use it twice. Floor 3, 3 times. Floor 4, 4 times. Floor 4, 4 times. So I can spend 2 small effort to gain 1 food, and that's the scavenge. So that's as a travel action. Lay up the land. I can look at the top 5 cards of the encounter deck if I want to. An easy thing to do. Subsist. At the beginning of the hunger step, reduce your hunger requirement by 1. So I think a lot of people pick her or him because they have that food mitigation, and that's why a lot of people pick them. But then we also have the sage, Helena, or Tomu. Same abilities, just guy or girl. And you can see they're all bandaged up and beaten, right? Because they're not doing too hot. And Helena has the tome knowledge, spend 2 small effort, gain a cunning, or the memorize for a response. After the encounter step, put one of the revealed encounter cards that you did not select on the top of the deck, then commit it to the next. Commit means I'm going to draw 2 encounter cards, and then I have to pick 1. I'm committing to that 1. When I use her ability, if I come across one that's really cool, I can put it back on top, and then I'll just say, I commit to doing that one my next turn. So, a little bit tougher to play, but it still works. Dangerous idea is a travel action. Roll the 6-sided die. It says slashes die, but it's just a d6. If your roll is higher than the current level, gain time, or on a roll of 1, lose time. So it's either I gain 1 time or I lose a time. And that's the sage. The next one is the sneak called Mael or Mazen Zenma. Maxen Zenma. So his ability is, or hers, take a peek. So for a travel action, reveal one additional encounter card during the exploration step. Once again, we'll go through all of that. The response before gaining a new skill card, reveal one additional skill card to select from. So instead of selecting from 2, you select from 3. I'll show you what that is when we reveal the monster as well. Trust me, it sounds like a lot, it's not. And then the dodge response, after a monster's combat roll, spend one small effort to reduce the roll result by 1. So they roll the dice against us, and whatever comes up from that, we have to deal with. And then the last one, and this is the one that I used in my first ever playthrough, was Neola or Callahan. And so their thing is, I've seen worse. After a monster's combat roll the 6-sided die, again, use either of the results. So dice mitigation against how they hit you. 'Tis but a scratch. Well, just a scratch. After losing a small effort to a wound effect, reduce the number of small effort lost by 1 to a minimum of 1. So if they say you lose 2 small effort, you just lose 1 when you burn this. And then power through. After a wounding attack, spend 2 small effort to increase attack power by 1. So wounding attack means I hit the monster. And after I hit the monster, I can spend it to boost it up to 1 extra damage. Now, I'm going to pick between Neola and Corilla on who I'm going to pick as my ability. I'm going to pick Corilla this time because the food thing, it's important. And what I'm going to do from there is, I had an extra black die. Yes I do. And so I put that there. So that means I have, on this first level, I can do that once on this first level. When I beat the monster, if I beat the monster, I'll move up to level 2, and then I can do it 2 times at that point, and it refreshes. So this is where we start off, right? I've shuffled this, we're good. I've chosen the monster, we have our bare hands, we have our conversion card. Conditions happen to us bad. Conditions are, there's only one good condition in this condition deck, and it's hard to find. And then skills we get after we beat the monster. And once again, when we reveal the monster, we'll deal with that, right? So we're ready to kick this thing. So let's do just that. So we've tightened our knuckles, we tightened around, bandaged ourselves up, covered up the grievous wound, and we're going out for revenge. So I have a handy dandy little sheet here that is their PowerPoint that I'm going to be referring to because, like I said, I think it speaks more to me than the sheet that's there. So first it says, do a general action. Are you ready to fight the monster? Nope. So then travel, reveal 2 encounter cards or more if effect applies and select the card for which you want to use. So to travel, I have to spend a small effort because I gotta walk. And then I pull 2 cards from the top and reveal them. Now let's take a look at these cards and break them down. After this round, we're gonna move a lot faster. And let me make sure that you can see these 2. So I said the art is really good. So there's the Crystal Caverns and the Dead End. So the Dead End says both of these cost 1 time, and that's what you see, that 1 at the top. Both of these cost 1 time. There's some flavor text down here that's super small. I am blind, I cannot read it. That's the reason why I said I wish they had been printed on bigger cards, or a little bit be allowed to expand so that we can read this. I'm sure, like, I love flavor text, I love lore, so I really wish I could have been able to read that. So we've got, if we spend 1 time, we gain 2 small effort, or we spend 1 time and reveal 3 additional encounters the next exploration, and then commit to 1 of them. So we're going to do this one to get 2 small effort. So what I do is I say, okay, I'm going to spend 1 time, which is what the cost is, to gain 2 small effort. See? Simple enough. And then what I do with these two, I discard them. And that's it. See how simple that is? Like I said, it's not hard to do. So that's doing that. There's an ability that you can do called rest, and this is another thing I messed up on my last playthrough. When you rest, you basically gain small effort equal to the amount of time that you're rested that of the card that you pick. So let's say it's a 3 and a 4 of time that I have to spend on both cards, and I have to commit to one. I can commit to the 4 and just say, okay, well, I'll gain 4 small effort, but I also have to lose 4 time to rest. Does that make sense? So how much ever time it costs, you lose that time, but you gain that effort if you choose to rest. So that's a way to kind of get yourself amped up for the next fight. All right, so let's see. Perform the exchange on the card, which is what we did, and then move the time tracker towards the 0 by number of spaces equal to the encounter time value, which is what we did. I do it the opposite way. So then we flip it back. Are we ready to face the monster? Nope. Rinse and repeat. But I want you to see what this guy is so we can talk about it. So remember I told you about this action card here? On level 1, if I spend 1 effort and 1 time, I get to reveal and see what that monster is. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to spend 1 effort, 1 time, and then I can reveal this monster. And it is the Shrieking Fungus. This is who we're going to have to fight. Now let's talk about this monster a second. This is its health. It has 3 health, right? It says, remember, you see this ambush? Remember I told you if I ever get down to 0 before I say I'm going to face the monster? And that can happen because remember, you have to commit to an encounter card. So let's say I'm at 2, and I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to do it again. I pull 2 encounter cards. I can't say, well, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to face the monster. You have to pick one, and if that one says you use 2 time, you get to 0, and the monster ambushes you. It's like it just jumps out while you're trying to finish something else. So you have to be very careful how you do that. So this is the monster, Shrieking Fungus. He looks horrible. And his ambush says Shrieking Fungus gains +2 to all combat rolls. So every single time he rolls that dice, he adds +2 to it. Now, here is Milrin Spore of Muraga, and then he's got a name, and then there's some flavor text. And like I said, I'm holding it up to you. It's that small. Ultimate Games, if you're listening, please update the cards to make the lore text bigger because I'm a huge fan of lore. I care about it. I want to read it. I know you've built a really good world here. Update the text so I can read it, and I will reprint this and we'll play it again because I want to read this lore, but it's super tiny that even with my glasses on, I can't read it. All right, so when he rolls for combat, he's going to roll the d6, and these are the things he's going to do to you on the d6. You see these two? He applies a condition called Panicked or Paranoid for the entire of level 2. Bad. If we beat him, he gets... Actually, I rolled a 2 monster. I messed this up. But we're going to play this through, and I'll tell you how I messed this up. So that there's no weird variety in rolling, like how I shuffled it up and then I rolled, you weren't supposed to do that. What you're supposed to do is if you look here at the bottom, because I haven't played this in so long, you see that number? See that number right there, that 5? That means that if I roll a 5, that's the monster I face. So I rolled a 2, I was supposed to face the number 2 monster, but I'm gonna fight this dude because he's here, and I'll make sure to do the correction for level 2, 3, and 4. My bad, it happens. We move on. So, hey Brian, how you doing? I've been hopping back and forth as I think CTG announcement's coming up soon. Yeah, I know CTG's Chip Theory Games announcement's coming up. I still want to see it, but I promised my patrons I'd do this. I love you so much, so I'm gonna do it, and then I'll rewatch the announcement afterwards. But yeah, hop back and forth and enjoy it. Alright, so if you beat this monster, you get 1 food, 1 cunning, 3 small effort, and a skill card. And a skill card boosts you. So what's cool is when you beat this monster, you're like, oh, I go back to 13 effort, small effort. No. You go to the next level with how much effort you left off with. So that's another thing of mitigation. The only thing that resets is your time. And it doesn't reset it, it bumps up. So level 2 will start at 12 time instead of 7. but your effort is whatever your effort is because you are wounded and are moving through trying to get vengeance. So the Shrieking Fungus is our problem. He's got 3 health. So I know that with my fists, if I hit him with, if I spend 2 medium effort, I can defeat him in 1 punch. I know I can do that. And because I need to do it before I attack him, I need to build up to that. So how do we get medium effort? Let's go to our conversion. There's an app for that. I won't spoil it for you. Yeah, thanks. So I can spend 4 small effort to convert it to 1 medium. And that's how I get medium effort. So it's either I can hit him twice, I can hit him for 2, 4, 6, and how much ever he hits me for. So 6, so that means 3 turns to kill him. Or, which would cost me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, get me to 7 on 3 turns. Or I can spend 8 small effort to be able to one-shot this guy. So level 1s are meant to be a little bit easy for you, but I'm gonna build up and see what I can do. So it says on here, preparation, take any general as you wish. After that, is the time tracker 0. No. Are you going to fight the monster? No. Reveal 2, select 1, and do it. So according to this, it says reveal 2 when you do your travel action. According to the doc, the PowerPoint that he has is that you have to spend, let's see, travel, reveal 2 encounter cards, select the card, and then receive small effort equals to the encounter's time value. So, use the card, perform the exchange and move the time tracker. So let's go ahead and travel. So the next one that goes to is this one. Oops, sorry. I'm switching between the 2. So this one that says I could spend 1 cunning, 2 time, and 1 cunning to get 2 food, or no time and 1 wood to get a medium effort. So solace and warmth and slithering snake. I don't have either one of these things to use. So you know what I do? I will rest. And I'm gonna rest for 0. That means I don't lose time. I don't lose small effort. Or I don't lose time and I don't gain small effort. I just kind of take a breather for a sec. And that's the end of that one. So no time lost. So then we will go here, do the next reveal, and we've got Unfortunate Adventurers. See, the art is beautiful on here. I love it. I just wish I could read that flavor text. Unfortunate Adventurer or Goblin Wood Collector. So I can spend 2 time to gain 1 metal, or spend 1 time, spend the metal to gain a wood and a medium effort. I can't do this one, so I have to do this one. So I'll do 1, 2 time to gain 1 metal. See, now it's getting dangerous, right? Because if I pull another one that's 3 and I'm not ready, I'm through. So what I'm gonna do is a general action, take as many general actions as I like in the prep step. I'm gonna prep for this. So first, ooh, this is gonna be dangerous. First, I'm going to spend this ability to gain 1 food. Then, that says my travel action. Oh, I gotta do it in order. Sorry, let me do it in order. So, as my preparation step, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, to get 2 medium effort, which will be enough to kill that guy when I encounter him. And then I'm going to travel, which costs 1 time to spend 2, 1, 2, to gain 1 food. And now I'm ready to face the level 1 monster. Simple enough, right? I'm kind of low in the punch area, but I need to be careful. So since I'm going to face him and he's not ambushing me, and he's got this trickery thing, because since he doesn't have 1, we're not going to talk about that. So, yet, because it'll come up in another monster. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to attack him first. I get to attack first because I encounter him first. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my bare knuckles. I'm going to spend 2 medium effort to do 3 damage to him. And he has, this is his monster track, so that's 3 health. He has no shielding going. So I spent 2, 1, 2, hit him for 1, 2, 3, and I kill him. Simple enough. Level 1s aren't so bad. There's some in there that are. I just kind of lucked out with forgetting about the 2 roll and all that. So what do I get? I get a food. I get a cunning. I get 3 small effort. And I get a skill. So of the skill deck, I'm going to shuffle the skill deck up because this could be any and everything. Because we're going to take it in stride. I need to buy better cardstock. This is like flimsy paper. It's shiny, but it's flimsy. Alright, so I pull 2, and I pick 1. So he's going to, she is either going to get improvised armor or outdoorsman. Once again, more flavor text I can't read. So as a response, which means when I get hit, after a monster's combat roll results in a wound or a daze effect, spend 1 wood or 1 metal to ignore that skill. Or a travel action, spend 1 wood, 1 food, and 1 time, gain 2 medium effort, 2 small effort, or 1 major effort and 3 small effort. Ooh. I'm not finding a lot of wood, so I'm going to take improvised armor as my ability. And that will be her new ability that she gets, and we discard that one. And then this monster has been defeated. That's it. We have defeated the first monster that killed one of our friends. So then we move on to the level 2 monsters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we rinse and repeat. So this time I'm going to roll the die to see who I'm going to face. And I rolled a 4, so this time I'm going to pay attention. Hey, look, it's the first one. Alright, and I'm going to put him down here so you can't see him. I get, at the end of that, I need to eat 1 food, and I say 1 food because it's for every level that you go to. So level 1, 1 food, level 2, 2 food, level 3, 3 food, level 4, guess what? 4 food. So I eat 1 food to sustain myself, and time gets pushed up to 12 as I walk on through after killing that fungus guy, kind of curb stomp him for curb stomping my friends. And we're ready to go. We have the same thing that we had, the only thing that shifts is that. This time, here's the interesting part of it. Remember how I was able to spend 1 effort and 1 time to reveal who the monster was? Notice that when you get to level 2, it's 2 effort and 2 time to reveal what the monster is. And so I'm like, nah, I need to conserve my effort because I'm only at 6. So I'm not going to look and see who this monster is yet. It's probably something terrible, but we'll see. So I will go a traveling among the leaves so green, and I get these 2. Which is eye-opening vision, 3 effort for 4 small, 3 time for 4 small effort, or 1 time turn a small effort into a medium effort. Ooh. I'm gonna do the 1 time turn a small effort into a medium effort. And that's how I did. I just kind of found this forbidden room that kind of made me even more mad as I saw myself in the pool type of deal. So that's that. I don't have enough wood or metal. I have a metal and a small effort. I can convert my fist into a knife if I want to. I can craft right now, but it costs me 2 time to do so. I'm probably going to do that. That might be a bad idea, but I'm going to do it. Yeah, let me go traveling. I'm going to go traveling first. I'll think about it. So I could spend 0 time and a medium effort to gain 2 wood, or 2 time and a medium effort to gain 2 metal. I don't want to spend either of these, but I need to get some medium effort, so I'm actually going to do the 2 time. I'm going to rest, and rest means that I spend 2 time, I gain 2, instead of doing this ability, I gain 2 small effort, and that's my round of walking. So you see how this kind of goes really quickly after a while, where you're just like, okay, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this. The strategy comes in fighting this thing. So I'm still moving. I'm still gonna fight that monster. I'm just gonna see him behind a corner and then jump out without seeing what he is, he or she. So I'm probably gonna take that in. As long as I don't hit 0, they don't ambush me. So I'm gonna go ahead again. And I have Strange Slashes, spend 1 time to gain a wood, or no time and look ahead, no time and a small effort to reveal three additional exploration cards next that I have to commit to 1. I'm going to spend 1 time to gain a wood. And this is important because there's stuff I got to do with this stuff. So I'm going to craft. I thought I'd get more of this, but I'm going to craft. I'm going to spend 1, 2. Oh, sorry, no, that isn't it. I'm going to spend 1 heavy effort and 1 metal to craft a knife. And this is my new weapon. It's no longer my bare hands. It's a knife, a basic weapon. And so now, if I spend a small effort and a cunning, I break shield instead of having to spend a heavy effort. 1 small effort is 1 damage instead of 2, so now I'm just kind of jabbing. 1 medium effort and 2 small effort do 3 damage instead of 2 mediums, so that's a good savings. And then 1 heavy effort, 1 cunning, and 1 small effort actually does 5 damage. And I can upgrade this knife by spending to a sword by spending 3 metal and 1 medium effort and 1 time to turn this knife into a sword, which does more, or I can upgrade it to a spear, 1 wood, 1 metal, 1 small effort, and 1 time, and I can turn it into a spear, which makes it even more powerful. So I no longer have my bare hands anymore. Now I'm carrying a knife. And here we go. Next up. I cannot do either of these things, and let me hold that up so you can see the art. The dark places or dislodging the beam. I can spend 1 heavy effort to gain 2 metal and 2 small effort, or 1 cunning to gain 2 medium effort and 2 time. I actually have a cunning. I need my cunning. I need it, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to do this one. I'm going to spend 2 time, 1, 2, to get, and spend 1 cunning to get 2 medium effort. And the reason why I do that is because I know medium effort does stuff like 3 damage, but I also need to be able to break a shield if that guy has a shield, so I need my cunning back. I could convert 4 small effort to 1 cunning, and then 1 cunning, 1 small effort, and then I need to get some of this back because now I can start playing off each other. So let's go traveling again. I could spend 1 metal 2 time to get 2 food, 1 wood 3 time to get 2 food. I'm okay on food. I'm okay. So I'm gonna do the 3 time to get 3 small effort. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Then I'm going to spend. Then I'm going to spend 4 small effort to gain 1 cunning. 1, 2, 3, 4 to gain 1 cunning. So now I have a cunning, so just in case he has a shield, he or she, I can break it. And I have enough to do 3 damage if necessary. I'm sure they have more than 3 health, so let's find out what this creature is. I'm going to go up against... Oh, and I'm supposed to have this at level 2. So I'm going to hang on to that for now. So I'm going to rush around the corner and fight the monster. So let's see what we're fighting. A goblin. 1 shield. Thank goodness I did that. And 3 health. If he would have ambushed me, I would have lost 2 wood or 2 metal. If you can't lose wood or metal, you don't say, "Oh, I don't have it to lose." No. You lose small effort when you can't spend on the other things that you have. So if he's trying to steal wood from you and it said, "Okay, well, you'll steal 2 wood," and you can't spend 2 wood, you lose what you have of wood, and anything overage you lose in small effort. So you see how the game kind of works against you to try to take you down as quickly as possible. So he doesn't ambush us. The trickery here that he has is if you spend a cunning and 3 small effort, the trickery means I'm like, "Hey man, let me buy. Come on, dude." And he lets you buy. You don't get the rewards, you just move on to the next floor. That's what the trickery means. But no, my friends were killed. I'm pissed. He has the things that he does to you. Look at this one. If he rolls a 4, he downgrades your weapon for 2 turns, which is bad. So yeah, this is not cool. But I get some cool stuff if I fight him, which is what I'm gonna do. So I go first, and me going first says he has 1 shield and 3 health. Well, you cannot ding his health until you break his shield. So therefore, my first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to spend that 1 cunning that I got and the 1 small effort to do 1 shield damage. So I break his shield because it's only 1. So it's 1 down, right? So I knock his shield out, so all that's left is his health. But that's all I can do. It's his turn. And he's going to roll this die and see what happens to me. He rolls a 6. Of course he does. So he defends. Goblin ignores your next attack. But this says after a monster's combat roll is in a wound or daze effect. Oh, this is only if he hits me. Phooey. That's bad. Okay. So then he's gonna ignore my next attack. So I'll waste 1 to do 1 damage. 1 small effort to do 1 damage, and he ignores it. So now it's his turn. You see how they kind of... A 3. Wound. Lose 1 small effort. Now I'm going to use this ability. So if he was going to wound me or daze effect, I spend 1 wood and I ignore the effect. So that's a response to his attack. So I negate that attack. No sir, no thank you. He doesn't hurt me at all. Now it's my turn. I'm going to spend 1 medium effort and 2 small effort to hit him for 3 damage, which is on my ability here. 1, 2, 3, and he dies. So I'm also at the end of my phase, I'm going to spend... Oh no, I can't do that. I'll die. Oh, this is going to get dangerous. So, watch what happens here, because I had to spend that 1, which messed up my plans. So, let's work out. I've defeated him. This is what I get. I get 2 metal. 1, 2, so let's take it in turn. I get 1 time. So, when I'm moving up to level 3 now, it'll be 3 plus 1 time. I get a medium effort, and I get a new skill. We'll deal with food in a second. And I'll show you what happens to me when I lose food. So I pull 2. And my new skills are Daring and Patient. Daring, at the beginning of the battle step, gain small effort equal to your current level. Cool. Patient. After taking your turn during the battle step, spend 1 small effort and 1 time, or 3 small effort as the monster is level 3 to immediately take another turn. Ooh. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. Hope I live. Alright, so then what happens is is you would say, okay, well, spend 2 to gain a food so you don't have to suffer anything bad that happens now because I have to pay the piper. But I can't, because if I do 2, I'm exhausted, I die. And it's not, oh, I've got this major one I could pull down. When I run out, when I run out of small effort, I just collapse. I'm done. So what I'm going to do, and you can't back convert. You can't say, okay, well, can you convert that back to 4? I did that in the first playthrough, and Ultimate Games says you can't do that. It's just what it is. So what I'm going to do is, you'll see I have 1 food to eat, but I still need to eat 1 more. The rule says that for the first one that you can't eat, you lose 1 small effort. For the second one you can't do, you lose 2 small effort. So it starts ticking down as you start starving. So I'll lose 1 small effort because I can't supply the second food. And therefore, I'm alive, barely, little hungry and tired, but I've beaten this monster, and he's gone. Right? So the next monster, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm on the 3rd floor. It's a 3. So 1, 2, 3. That's that guy. Guy or girl, I don't know. I just looked at the bottom number and then shifted. Time goes back up. Look at my small effort, super low. I've got metal galore. Like 2 metal, 1 more metal, and I can actually upgrade to a sword, but I don't have that just yet. So I need to be okay. So I need to start looking around. So I'll look at this and at this. And it says foreboding, warning, and salvation for a price. So I can spend 2 time to gain a medium effort, spend 1 time and 1 treasure to discard a condition, but I don't have any conditions on me right now. So I need to live. But this could come in handy. This could come in handy. So I'm going to spend 2 time, 1, 2, to gain this medium effort. That could come in handy. But now, then I'll explore again. And I'm going to actually spend, I don't care what these things are, instrument of torture or humbling cobalt. I'm gonna rest at the humbling cobalt to spend 2 time, 1, 2, to gain 2 small effort. I need to start building that back up. And I don't know what this thing is, so then I'll do it again. Spend 1 time to gain, this is the obnoxious imp and catching a breath. I'm going to spend 1 time to get 2 small effort, and this moves up to 3. So 1 time to get 2 small effort. 2, yeah. That's here. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Yep, I'm right. And then we just keep going. Just keep going. Oops, wrong one. Commit to the next encounter that pulls up, which means I can't rest, or spend 1 time, reveal 3 exploration cards the next one. I'm going to spend this one, so I'm going to spend 1 time, and I'm going to pull 5 this time. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So let's take a look at all of them. And I have to commit to one of these. So this one I spend 2 time to gain 3 small effort for a chance of rest. I commit to the next encounter to gain a cunning. And remember, I need cunnings for shields. So that thing probably has a shield. I spend 3 time, 2 small effort to gain 2 cunning as a steep ledge. I spend 2 time to gain a treasure. Or I spend 4 time to gain a major effort. So cunnings are 4 small effort to get a cunning. So it's either spend 2 instead of 4 to gain 2 and 3 time, or I can rest and do, but I'd have to spend 3 time to rest and gain 3 small effort. Ooh, these are hard. I know I'm not doing these 3, so it's between these 2. So it's either rest and gain 3 small effort, or spend 2 small effort, gain 2 cunning, or spend 2 time and gain 3 small effort. I think I'm going to spend 2 time and gain 3 small effort. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. I'm feeling a little bit better. Had a chance to rest, so I committed to that. And then we're going to go on the hunting. We're going to go out again. Oh yeah. Spend 2 time an unexpected teacher and giant protector. Spend 2 time and 1 food to gain a skill. Nope. Spend 2 time to gain 3 small effort. Yep. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. All right. Now we start worrying about getting some cunning, so we can break shields if they have shields, and then we have enough power up to hit him for 3 damage. That sword upgrade would be fantastic, and I need to worry about food. So let's start talking about food. I'm going to spend 1 of these as my travel action. Spend 2, gain a food. Then I'm going to spend another one, another travel action of 2, 1, 2 to gain another food. Ugh. And then I'll do it 1 more time. 1, 2 to gain another food. So I have enough food to not get hurt. Now, let's pull these 2 here as I travel. I don't have enough cunning, so 1 cunning to gain a major and a small effort, or 1 cunning to gain a metal, a wood, and a treasure. So I'm going to rest for 2 to gain 2 small effort, spending 2 time instead of 3. 1, 2, so I'm back up at 7. And I do that because now I'm close to ambush area. And I hope one of these isn't a 4. So I'm going to do it 1 more time. All right. Now look, this is how this could work against you. A 5. A 5 would have had me ambushed. So I'm not doing that even though I want that cunning. I'm going to do the 2 and the 1 metal to get a cunning and 1 food. So I spend 2 time, 1, 2, spend 1 metal to gain 1 cunning and 1 food. I've got more than enough food now to survive. And I'm not going to roll the dice anymore. I'm going to fight this monster. So I'm going to rush in, do my attack. Let's see what we're facing. A savage gnoll called Skinkal. So he was one of the lieutenants that killed. Now look at this. He's got 8 health. He's got 8 health. His ambush would have threw up a passive that Gnoll takes 2 turns every round if he would have ambushed me. That means that he would have rolled the dice twice against me every round. Not cool. Trickery is I could give him 1 wood, 1 treasure, and 1 metal, or 1 metal, 1 treasure, 1 wood, and then walk away. We don't walk away from people who killed our friends. And then he's got abilities, and he gives me some cool stuff. So let's deal with Shinkal. He has 8 health. I go first. So I wish I had a major effort. I wish I had a major effort, because then I could hit him for some decent damage. But I can still hit him for 3. So I'm going to spend 1 medium effort, 2 small effort to do 3 damage. 1, 2, 3 to him. So that's 3 damage. Now it's his turn. A 3. Boomed, I would lose 1 time. Okay. So Warren, I would lose 1 time. So I lose 1 time. The time of what's left is how much it ticks down. The time kind of stops when you're fighting them, but if they tick it down to 0, you lose. So then we go with, no, I would lose, yeah, that's how that works. See, this is the confusion. That's how I interpret this. There's nothing on here that says different. So Ultimate Games, if you're watching, that's how I'm interpreting that. So if that's different, let me know in the comments. All right, my turn. I am going to hit him again for 3. So 1, 1, 2. For 3 damage. 1, 2, 3. Puts him down to 2 health. I can do it one more time. I can do it one more time. I can do it one more time. So it's his turn. 2. Disarm. Downgrade weapon to bare hands for 1 turn. So 1 turn, he takes me down. I don't have enough to hurt him. That is not cool. Ooh, that is not cool. Now we don't have to attack. We can forego the fight. Not forego, but just say we're not fighting this turn. You and the monster take turns in combat. Make attacks and take actions to defeat the monster. Were you able to win? So let me check this out and just verify on monster fight. Will you use trickery to avoid the fight? No. Combat. You and the monster take turns performing combat actions. So I'm assuming one of my combat actions is nothing. Actually, wait. What's this? After taking your turn during the battle step, spend... This is what I should have done. I'm going to retcon. I'm going to retcon because that's what I would do if I was thinking properly. I'm going to retcon and say, nope, I can't do that because, nope, I can't do that. I would have lost anyway. So no retcon. This happens. If I would take a wound or a daze, and it's not a daze, it's a disarm effect. I'm not going to do anything. I'm going to let him go again. And if that's not possible, let me know, but you shouldn't be allowed to not do anything. So he rolls a 5. A 5 is threaten. Gain the afraid condition for that. Let me take a look at wound or daze. It's not dazed, it's threatened. So I gain the afraid condition for level 4. For all of the next mission, I gain the afraid. Okay. So he scared me, he shook me because he was about to come upon me. However, I'm going to spend 1, 1, 2 to do 3 damage. 1, 2, and I kill him. So I gain this ability, the afraid action, afraid condition. Let me show you what that is. This is the afraid condition that will be going with me. You may not rest during the exploration step of 4. That is on me for all of the final fight. You may not rest during the exploration step. That means I need to find cards that's going to boost me up. I can't rest and boost up. Not cool. But I beat him. So I get 1 metal, 1 treasure, 1 wood, 1 food, 1 cunning, 1 small effort, and a new skill. So I draw 2. I get resistance and spike thrower. So in combat, I can spend 1 wood, 2 wood and 1 small effort for 3 damage, 1 wood and 1 small effort for 2 damage, or after a monster's combat action would cause you to gain a condition, you may spend 1 and reduce combat roll by 1 skill. I'm gonna get the spike thrower, only because I'm already laden with condition. So that's my ability. Time goes to 19. That's the new final time. Monster's dead. I have to spend food now, so I was at level 3, so 1, 2, 3. And I'm still alive. I ate, but I'm shaken. I'm afraid because I was like, I almost died during that fight. That guy was tough. And then I move on to the final fight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 5, 6. Yep. I roll 4. 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4. And this is the final boss. This is the leader of the person who killed my party. It's come to this time to fight. So I'm going to Now, there's a couple things that are not in the rules that need to kind of be explained. Now, one of them was what I did, where they made me go down to bare hands. I got my knife back. Is that I should be able to choose to just kind of not do anything. Now, if that's not an option, let me know. But it makes sense thematically that it would be. So there we go. All right, here we go. I cannot rest during this exploration step. I just have to deal with what comes. So I spend one time to gain 1 wood. And this goes all the way to 4. So that's that. I spend... Alright, then I'll do that. I spend 2 time to gain 1 cunning. 1, 2. Oh boy, here we go. I spend 1 wood to gain 4, thank God. So 1 wood to gain 4 small effort, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1 time. Oh boy, that was nerve-wracking. I was like, don't have me spend any more to small effort, please. So if I spend 1 wood, 1 metal, and 1 small effort, and 1 time, I can upgrade my weapon to a spear, which is what I'm gonna do. But I need small effort big time. So I'm gonna spend 2 time to gain 2 food. 1, 2, 1, 2, because I'm conserving. Like you wouldn't believe. Then what else am I doing? 1 treasure to gain 2 metal. Ooh, I can get a sword now, but I need medium effort. So I'm gonna spend 1 treasure to gain 2 metal. 1, 2, and 2 time. 1, 2. This not being able to rest passive is killing me. I would have rested all the way up and powered up. Oh, look at that. Yes, Ravenous Hunger and Abandoned. I'm doing Ravenous Hunger. 1 food and 1 time to gain 5 small effort. 1 food, 1 time, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I recover. Feel a little bit better about myself. All right. I'm going for the, actually, I need to be careful. Let me see what's next. I spend 1 food to gain 1 major effort. This is Hunger Pangs. And 1 small effort. Or 1 and 2 time. Or 1 small effort to gain 1 major effort. I can give that up. I don't mind. This, though, this will be interesting. I think I'm gonna ditch the food. 1 food, because I have this ability to gain 1 major effort. Ooh, that's a big call, actually. No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna do 1. I'm gonna do 1 small effort to gain 1 medium effort and 1 time. Back at it again. 1 medium effort for 3 food, for 4 time, or 2 time for the clever scheme to gain 1 cunning, which is what I'm going to do. So 2 time, 1, 2 to gain 1 cunning. Okay, okay, okay. 1 more time. 1 more time. I gained the armored condition immediately. That's the good condition. I gained the armored condition immediately for 1 small effort, or I spend 1 cunning to gain 3 wood and 2 time. Oh, man. I'm gonna do that. I'm getting armored. So 1 small effort, 2 time, and I'm gaining the armored condition. I get it. Aha. And let me show you what that gives me. After suffering a wound effect, place a token on this card to ignore it. After placing the second token on this card from play, discarded from play. So basically, it's a shield. So anytime, and it's not one wound, any wound. So it's a shield that I get. That's the reason why I want it. All right, one more time. That almost killed me. So 2 time, 1, 2, 1 food. I'm at 4. And then I'm going to spend 1 small effort, 1 wood, and 1 metal, and 1 time to get a sword. And look at the sword. 1 small effort breaks shields. 1 small effort does 1 damage. 1 medium effort does 3 damage. And a major effort and 2 does 5 damage. So I got a sword now, which is an advanced weapon. I sharpened that into. I found the sword. I got it. I'm ready to fight. Final battle. Round 1. Fight. Who are we fighting? The troll. His name is Maudlin. So he has 13 health. I'm not going to beat him. So he has 13 health. He does a lot of wound and daze and disarms. If he would have ambushed me, I would have lost 2 food. Then when the troll takes a turn for each turn, troll takes a turn for each food you could not lose. So that means if I only had 1 food, he would have taken 1 food and then 2 turns. So this is him, 13 health. He's the one that killed all my party. It's time to face him down. He has no shielding, but he has 13 health. I go first. So I'm going to spend 1 major effort to do 3 damage. 1, 2, 3 to him. Ooh, this is going to be close. Then his turn. I rolled a 2. He does a wound, lose 1 effort, but instead of losing an effort, let's not do that. How about that? Let's not. So I put a marker on armored, because whatever, that ain't happening. Then it's my turn. I'm going to do 1 damage to him. I don't know if I could beat this guy. Actually, hold on. Let's put that back. If I do 1, 2, 3, 4, I could do 1, 2, 3 to him. Yeah, it's just war of attrition. I could do 1, 2, 3, 4, and then again, and I would die. Yep, so I do 1 damage to him. Or, no. Let me not do that again. Back it up. So he has 13, I did 3 damage to him, 1, 2, 3. I then have this ability of the spike thrower, where I could spend, I don't have any wood. Because I spent the wood to do this. So I don't have that. I have metal that can negate his wounds. I could, after your turn during the battle step, I can attack him again. Yeah. I spend 1, hit him for 1. He rolls again. He rolls a 1. It's a wound. I'll spend the metal to negate that. My turn. 1, 1. I'm cutting at him the best I can. I just need to hit him for 3. That would be great. 1, 1, negate it. I use 1 time to hit him for 1. You see how I'm going to lose this, right? I was close, though. He rolls a 1 again. I spend this to negate it. I hit him for 1. He's down to 6. So I'm cutting him, dodging and ducking. You roll a 4. Disarm. Downgrade weapon to bare hands for 1 turn. That's not cool. I won't do anything. You rolled a 2, which he would wound me. I don't have any more metal to spend, so I'll spend the final armored. And negate it. I'm just prolonging the inevitable. 3. Hit him for 5. I was so close. I just needed 1 more heavy effort. This rest killed me. I could have beat him. His turn. 4. He disarms me again down to bare hands. So I'll do nothing on my turn. Then he does 3, which is lose. I can lose wood or metal. I don't have any to lose. And I get back my sword. I get back my sword. Lose 2, 1, 2. And then, with my final breath, I hit him for 1, and I lose. And I die! So, if I would have had 3 medium effort, I would have beat him. Man, that was close. That was a close one. I made it all the way to level 4. A lot of people haven't. So, I made it to level 4, and he defeated me. But that is Unbroken. You see how quick the game went. After my of explaining everything, the game went very quick. Because it was encounter, look, choose, move, do stuff, encounter, 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 fight the boss. Next level, encounter, 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 fight the boss. So the game, if you can see the strategy in it, is that, and now that I've lost, I can show you some of the other monsters. So he was a level 4. 4, 5. There is the vampire, which is who I defeated on the first run. The wyvern, the basilisk, who I've lost to before, and notice he has shields. And then this ogre has 3 shields and 8 health, so you gotta break through the shields. My sword would have done that, and then I would have killed that guy. But I didn't draw him, so too bad. But yeah, that's what happens. And some of them have conditions. So, and this troll had a condition I didn't pay attention to. Look at this. Look at this condition. After taking his turn, the troll heals 1 health. So basically, he had 13 health, and every single time I hit him, he healed. So basically, I would have lost anyway because I just didn't have enough to beat him. These responses happen just like my responses. He has a passive. Ogre cannot suffer more than 3 damage in a round, so you can't stack high on him. Passive. All attacks have an additional cost of 1 cunning. So if I would have done 1 small effort, I also had to spend the cunning, or I couldn't hit the shaman. The vampire. She has a bunch of passives, which I had cards to mitigate, but I was able to defeat her, but barely. The wyvern has responses. At the beginning of battle step, immediately gain poison. And poison is bad. You get hurt and you lose small effort every round. And then, so all of the main bosses have a response that hurts you. The level 3s, some of them have responses, which is what you saw. That one didn't, that I had. So I just messed up by not doing the response of the troll, but it wouldn't have mattered because I died. So the goblin doesn't have one, but the bugbear warlord does. And it says the attack power of all wounding attacks inflicted 4 or less is reduced to 1. So if I can't hit the guy for 5, every hit is a 1. The response at the beginning of the battle step immediately gained the amnesia condition. So that would have hurt. The hobgoblin has nothing, just kind of fight it straight up. The orc brute, once again, fight it straight up. But the minotaur, this is the one I fought where I messed up on my first playthrough. He had some passives. If you have an advanced weapon, each time you suffer a wound or daze effect, lose an effort, so it becomes harder to lift it. That's tough. 1, 2, 4, 5. And the fungus you saw at level 2 didn't have much. There's a troglodyte. This one, the imp, that has a response if you have any treasure at the beginning of the battle step. The imp attack once and gains +1 to all combat rolls. Passive, all attacks cost an additional cunning. The crazed survivor, so this is somebody who's just like down there to help kill you. He has a response. If you have a basic weapon at the beginning of the battle step, downgrade it. Then crazed survivor attacks once and gains +1 to all combat. So if I had my knife when I fought him, I'd have gone back to my bare hands. Cave bear response. After the cave bear is defeated, it takes a turn. After it's defeated. Not cool. And then the abomination. And then finally, on the level 1 step, you saw these. Actually, this was level 3. The fungus was the first one. Then there's the were-rat, who has a response. The kobold has a response. The giant spider has a response. The ring has a response. Only the fungus didn't have one. And I was lucky enough to draw that. So you see where the game gets planning and strategy has to come in, because you have to think about how you're going to fight, but the games go quick. I foresee this game lasting somebody no more than 30 minutes, whether it's a win or lose condition. But people might say, okay, well, I need to stop and think. But no, it's good. I like it. Let's go back up to the top and let's chat. So, and I need to move over some more. So that was Unbroken by Ultimate Games. It's a fun game. It is good. Like, all the stuff that happened with Golden Bell is sad, but Ultimate Games made a good game, and it's something that you can take with you. You can break out. It's not as small as one deck dungeon, but it's small enough that you can take it with you, break it out on a computer desk at a hotel, and you can play it there. I mean, it fits on my super tiny table with so much room to spare. So I highly recommend this game. I know it got a low rating. It might have been with all the stuff that happened with it, but it's a good game. It is a lot of fun. So I've played it a lot. I've enjoyed it a lot. I hope you do too. Big hearts out to my subscribers and my Patreons. I love you so much. Thank you. I am 18 subscribers away from 100, which makes me super excited. See how I'm keeping track of this, and I'm so excited because I want to hit 100, because I want to talk to you. I want you to ask me questions, and you know, we kind of chat and you ask me whatever you want. So thank you so much. I appreciate it. Enjoy the rest of your Gen Con weekend. Be safe. Take care of yourself. Insert quote here. And thank you so much. See you later.